Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Learn Plan Profit. Hope you guys are all having a good start to the morning. I am sharing my screen. Let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. Alrighty. All right. Just so you guys can see, I have no open positions. Everything's closed out. No open positions. We're starting out fresh. Strong push up on /CL based off of previous resistance levels. So you guys see this based off of where it previously got rejected. We can definitely see why this current price point where it's at right now is definitely a little bit more on the overbought side, right? So can it continue to uptrend? Of course, anything can happen. So I'm going to give this just a little bit more time for it to identify and confirm this as a resistance, right? So I'm going to set my alert here, and then we can just follow up with it once we have that confirmation, if it does come, right? We don't know if it's going to confirm itself, but this is pretty much the pattern that I'm seeing. This is overbought, and then hopefully it can fulfill this previous resistance. Patterns tend to repeat themselves, but like we know, they don't have to, right? So let's go ahead and be patient, be selective. Look at the RSI, look at the MACD, and it definitely looks a little bit more on the overextended side. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome everyone that's joining us for the first time. This is going to be quite the opposite for /NG, which is the natural gas feature. This is actually showing signs of a sell-off. This thing is actually trading in between the middle and bottom VWAP, which means that it's actually selling off. So yeah, we could try to identify when this thing is going to begin to show signs of a reversal, but even then, right, this is a descending pattern and there's a form of risk by trying to catch the bottom of this. It doesn't mean that you can't make money off of this, right? You can definitely scalp it. It's just the overall direction, right? The descending pattern is not in your favor. So let's go ahead and I did check out /NQ during pre-market hours, and I saw that this was trading in between the middle and bottom VWAP and was selling off. So overall market for S&P 500 definitely makes sense on why that is selling off, and the same thing is following for NASDAQ. This is for the S&P 500, which is for /NQ. So companies such as Facebook, right? What is it? Alphabet. Is this gonna load? No. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so overall major markets selling off, right? So just make sure that you understand that, and let's check out /GC prices. Okay, so this is trading it was trading more in between the middle and top VWAP, and now recently began to break below the overall SMA line and broke below the middle VWAP as well. So just keep an eye on that real quick. Yeah, I like that. Good. I don't know, I'm so tired. I do apologize for being late. I was looking at my alarm and I was up like 45 minutes before the market opened. But have you guys ever done that where you're just like, just 5 minutes more, and then you look at your alarm and it's past, right? So huge push up on /CL. Huge push up on /CL in favor of UWT, right? I like this. Look at the RSI, look at the MACD. I like this. So definitely no signs of a reversal just yet, right? No signs of a rejection just yet. This thing's still pushing up, but so too much partying. Yeah, I wish. Me and Justin and I were looking for TechBud Solution headquarters. We found this. Just so you guys know that it wasn't anything that has to do with that. We're up to like, it wasn't even that late. We're up to like 1 or 1:30 or something like that. We found this lot of land, but it was R-43 zoning. And we were trying to look up what that was, if there's any way to turn that into and buy the land and build on top of it and stuff like that. So I was really excited trying to figure out a way to make it happen. So what is going on, Anthony? What's up? What's up? Okay, so because this is so overextended, I'm just going to check one thing. /CL 641. Okay. Hey, that's the way to go. Congratulations. Well, we didn't find a solution for it. I mean, we haven't yet. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but we'll definitely try. /NG selling off. Here we go. You guys just broke below its support. All right. So I do want you guys to know that there is no confirmation on DWT just yet. That's why I went in with a 1/5 position size. 1/5, which means that 20% of what I would normally be trading with, just to get some skin in the game. So that was my first trade also. So just so you guys can see, the 3,000 shares, that was my first trade, and as of right now, it looks like we're down to about $18. So. Yeah, here we go. I do want you guys to know that /CL is still showing signs of a strong uptrend, right? Still pushing up aggressively. No indication of a reversal other than the RSI and the MACD looking overextended, which we all know doesn't really mean anything until proven otherwise. I just took the risk of accepting this potential reversal. So and by potential, I literally mean that it doesn't have to happen. /NG still selling off. Congrats to all those that are still in DGAS. Crazy push up. I'm gonna begin to set my alerts if that's okay with you guys. I want to have some fun with you guys today, so let's do it. Let's make it happen. Here we go. Oh, Renee, what's up? What's up, Matt Daughtry? Not in my trading room this morning. No, I'm gonna that's gonna be my goal for today, just to move my desk back. I'm not gonna be connected to the router, so if we begin to experience some technical difficulties with the internet connection, I'll probably just have to buy another router for my trading room. So. Here we go, /CL, still no confirmation, Here we go. All right, so we just passed my first 200. There we go. Okay, still above the EMA line. I want you guys to know we're still above the EMA line, which multiple times it pushes up, it's pushed back before, and it's bounced on the EMA line. I'm telling you this as I'm invested in DWT. So I hope you guys know this, that as someone that's hoping that this does sell off, I know that it has not before, and it was just, about a couple minutes ago. So please, just a reminder, just give it a little bit more time if you've been struggling to get in at confirmation. I'm just trying to be extra careful with, if you even see a little bit value in it, right? I like the MACD, I like the RSI, and it does look like it's going to try to bounce off of this. So again, just no confirmation just yet. So I'm going to have my order ready just in case it does end up bouncing and trying to make higher highs. And I'm going to have to manage my risk, right? Because that's something that I have to accept, that I got in before the confirmation. And there it goes, there it goes, and there it goes. It bounced right off. Let's see. There it goes, still pushing up. Are we going to get rejected or higher highs? Almost about to push up. There it goes. Perfect example of, why to wait for confirmation, right? Can we not all agree? Let's see. Ricky, why'd you do it, man? You gotta risk it for the biscuit. Again, I accepted that I got in before the confirmation, and that was my fault. Or that's something that I just accepted in general. So, yeah. I mean, it was a risk that I took. Sometimes it plays out in my favor and sometimes it doesn't, so we'll see. Alrighty. All right, thank you guys for pointing that out. Ricky, are you trading natural gas today? Not as of right now. Definitely paying attention to forward/CL. Can you explain why you took that trade? I explained it while and before I took it. It looked overbought, looked overextended. I waited for confirmation, and then I went for the trade before it broke below the EMA line. So it's very clear on why I took it, but I still did not wait for confirmation, and that was the mistake that I made on this trade. Yeah, so Josh, I'm going to test the EMA line one more time. And if I see that it's building a support at the EMA line, I'll just cover there. Regardless if it's for a profit or for a loss, I would just cover my position there. So as in closing it out. So here we go. And it might be validating it as a support again. I didn't think for it to bounce this quick. This is a strong support. Right, testing it, bounce, and let's see. What are we doing here? /CL. No rejection yet. Oh my God. That was hilarious. I like how we got psyched out. I had to cut losses, team. I had to cut losses. We'll see how much that was. That was a lot of fun. Lost $378. It's the first 30 minutes right now of the market open. That's 0.03 of what I'm trading with for the entire day, right? Or 0.04 pretty much, right? And there it goes. So I'm laughing because that was pretty intense. That was fun. And I knew I got in before the confirmation. I have to accept the risk, right? For everyone asking, like, if you didn't tune in early enough, oh, and there it goes. Another news. This is why I tried to keep this open just in case anything was released. But it looks like right around 7 o'clock, something came out, drove the price up. It's a catalyst, right? Drove the price up, becomes overextended again. There's no question that looking at previous patterns, it 100% has a gap to fill for this thing to sell off. So that's what I'm going to be waiting out for today. I'm just going to be keeping an eye, waiting for this thing to sell off. And it's no question for me that if this thing does actually sell off and begin to make lower lows, that my $378 was a very small price to pay for the potential return that I can make. And that's why I took the risk, because I saw the opportunity cost to be worth it. So again, to put it into perspective, me losing $400 is like you trading with $1,000 and losing $40, right? Or $37.80. Not a big deal. For a possibility of you making like $100, $150, $200, and that's the way that I see it. So I had a lot of fun with that. I'm not too sure if you guys did. I know it was kind of like slow at some points, but I was watching it very carefully. It looks like we almost got that confirmation of a sell-off, but then this news article was released, right, and drove the price up. So I'm not even sure if this is exactly what drove the price up, but right at 7 o'clock, which is exactly when this thing pushed down. So you guys can see the timestamp right there. Right at 7 o'clock, pushes up. So scalped UWT, but need to be patient. So don't cut the live stream. Oh, now I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cut it. No, I think we still have a little bit more. Yeah, we still have about 8 minutes. So that was fun. Is there any stocks that you guys want me to break down that you are watching today? Anything that you want me to break down, let me know. /NG. Overall, still a descending pattern. So again, please make sure that whatever stock it is you do ask me about is actively trending up on the day. If it's not trending up, then does it even make sense for us to break that down? Tesla is selling off as of right now. Overall SMA line still getting rejected, trading into the middle and top VWAP now, so we'll see if it begins to change its overall direction. Where is our ticker symbol format, team? Hey, what's going on, Linda? Welcome to the team. Happy to have you here. I like it. I'm not too sure. I have default settings for my news. Someone put AMD in format. You guys are ridiculous. Strong push up, right? And then now it's selling off. So it doesn't matter how much it pushed up during pre-market hours. If it's not, clear with that direction, look at the MACD, look at the RSI, and if it continues to sell off, then again, probably not something that you want to pay attention to. So here we go, TVIX. /CL is still pushing up. Thank God we cut losses on that one. I was in with about $58,000. So, yeah. Okay, so TVX definitely still showing signs of a push up. I did recently break below the middle view up, so I would still wait for confirmation. And there is absolutely no confirmation just yet, right? So it didn't even make higher highs last time. So just keep an eye on that. That it most likely will get rejected here. You just have to ask yourself, is it less than 1% margin of profit that's worth it for you? Hey Ricky, is trading on demand for live accounts? I believe it is. So you guys can see that the trading on demand feature, where is it? Oh, right here, right? So when you turn this on, it will like almost turn into like a simulated trading type of thing. It'll just pick a random date from the market and then it'll go according to that. You can open up a real account. It doesn't cost you anything, right? And then just use it for the on-demand trading. I don't know if you've ever thought about that, but I think that that can be something very effective. But yeah, thank you for the question. So we got ticker symbol NIO. Pretty low volume, right? It doesn't look like it's uptrending right now. An overall descending pattern right around the SMA line, and it makes sense on why it can get rejected, especially with the MACD and the RSI. So I would be very careful with that one. We got Andrew in the house. We got TWLO. TWLO. Appreciate you tuning in. /CL is still ripping it. Hey, the more patient that we are, the more margin that we build for ourselves for the potential recovery. Do we not all agree, right? I think Friday is a perfect example of that. So I'm glad I did a decent job managing my risk with this one. Could have done better, could have, should have, would have. I was up about $250 at one point, but again, you can't control the past, right? It's just moving forward. So nice push up, TWLO. You guys can see the RSI, you guys can see the MACD. It just looks very overextended on the 180-day chart. Okay, I like this. I like this. It's just that I think it pushed up too quickly, that most likely it's bound to pull back before it continues to uptrend. So just keep an eye out on that and kind of see if it continues with that overall flow. Sebastian is calling out ROKU. So I do apologize on why it might not show it, but yeah. Okay, so I like this one as well. Showing signs of an uptrend. Look at the MACD, look at the RSI. Doesn't look like the best deal, and it looks like it could pull back before it continues to uptrend, but it definitely overall makes sense on why it bounced here, right? Why it's beginning to push up, and overall has been making higher highs. So I definitely like that. I would kind of go with the flow and see if it can continue to trade in between the middle and top view up and identify good entry points and good sell points. Here we go, /CL. /CL showing signs of a peak formation. I don't know, guys. This looks attractive. Totally kidding. I'll hold off. I'll hold off for now. Yeah, /CL pulling back, right? So resistance and supports during pre-market and aftermarket are less relevant than the ones at market hour. No, I would say that, you know, if they're happening within the same time range, then that they should be just as relevant, right? There should be some form of pattern in how it correlates on over to the previous pattern to how it's trading right now as well. So I would say definitely, I mean, I trade that all the time where I look at pre-market patterns, but I look at like /CL and all the features, and I correlate them on over to the ETF, and I try to identify a pattern in a direction, and then kind of just go with the flow with that. So I would say that it is very important, especially if you're focusing on day trading, right? Because it's the most relevant support and resistance at that point. PCG. Here we go. Looks like it was selling off on Friday, and it's still selling off today. It's riding below the middle view up, and it's not showing any indication of a reversal. A lot of consolidation, and the overall EMA line is also selling off on the 180-day chart. I'd be very careful with this one. So okay, so we got QD, which is one from our Sunday stock talk, right? Showing signs of an uptrend, still pushing up RSI, MACD, all that looks good. Just again, a little of a heads up. You know that I'm always going to like play devil's advocate, right? With trying to at least always play on the, you know, defense side. So look at the RSI, look at the MACD, don't be afraid to lock in profits. And can this thing continue to uptrend? Of course, anything can happen, but just make sure that you're doing your part to get in for a good deal, which then you can later sell it for a profit. So just feel comfortable with your trade. And if you don't feel comfortable, then a quick little tip that has helped me a lot is just watch your position size. If you begin to not feel comfortable while you're trading and you become very emotional and very irrational, then you probably are trading with too much, and you just need to give it more time, right? So don't trade with that much. Feel comfortable with your trades. And again, you're trading to learn, not trading to profit right now. So let's go from there. /CL is still ripping it. Still ripping it. Oh, man. All right, we're right around that 30-minute mark. I'm going to break down two more stocks. So here we go. Renee is calling out. Okay. LABU. So it looks like you put the index, right? So overall has been selling off, right? 180-day chart looks like it's selling off on this as well. So I can definitely see why you think this thing is going to begin to push up. So I would just make sure that we wait for higher high confirmations, especially with ETFs. But yeah, I like this one. We just need to get the confirmation, right, for this thing to potentially change its direction. So it was selling off, now it pushed above the overall SMA line, and we hope that based off previous patterns, it validates this as a support and then begins to push up. But again, hope doesn't go a very long way. Confirmation does. So let's go ahead and wait for that. Can you... Sounds good. If something influences me to say it. Oh yeah, look at /CL. That's an ooh. Look at that. Oh no. Oh, there it goes. It's pushing up. It's getting tricky. We're going to definitely need to wait for confirmation on this. That is aggressively pushing up. Congrats to all those that went with the flow for UWT, right? If this thing pushes up, so does UWT. So again, congrats to you. Hopefully you locked in profits as it's pulling back as of right now. Let's see. You just click on news. You just have to activate news. You don't do anything. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I would just make sure that there's a direct correlation. I understand that SPSIBI is the index, right? I just don't see too much value in indexes, but I don't trade LABU, so you probably have more experience trading LABU than I do. But yeah, I just saw that, yeah, it could potentially bounce there. It just hasn't really shown higher high confirmation, so I'd watch out for that. So here we go, GPS. Is this the one that we're going to end it with? GPS. Here we go. Okay, strong push up. So this is Gap Incorporated, 180-day chart. How's this looking? Overall descending pattern. It looks like it's trying to change direction, right? It was aggressively selling off. It found a support. At least it looks like it did. And now it's trying to make higher highs. So I can see why this one, caught your attention. But because it's so early in the early stages of a potential reversal, I would really focus on locking in profits, especially with this one. So yeah. Very aggressively pushing up, right? Very overbought, very overextended, and I would just wait for a good deal to happen, or to make sure that you do your part in getting into a price point that the pattern is still relevant, which then you can later sell for a profit. So pre-market live tomorrow, yes. So I'll make sure that I get some rest tonight. So no looking at warehouses, right? But yeah, definitely going to work on getting some rest, and then maybe we can trade during pre-market hours. So I don't know if all of you guys, especially our newer traders, you guys might be like, well, what does that mean? So pretty much I will trade live before the market opens. So I'll trade live for about 30 minutes to an hour before the market opens, instead of trading live during normal market hours. A lot of people within Learn Plan Profit really like to see how I trade and how I correlate the future according to the overall ETF. So maybe it could be something that you guys can experience and give me a little bit more of 2 cents on. So yeah, my hair, I just woke up. My goodness. We all can't look amazing when we wake up, right? So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope you guys had fun during this live stream. I feel like I did do one of my trades. I had to manage my risk, which I think is a good best practice, right? I didn't wait for confirmation, but I made sure that I made that super clear before I took it. And now I explained what it is that I'm looking at. I'm watching /CL. I'll keep you guys up to date under the trade idea section within the Learn Plan Profit Discord chat, letting you guys know. It's not about what I'm trading, right? Because you guys should not care what I'm trading, but it's about what it is that is a good deal, what has confirmation, and what doesn't. So let's have fun with it. Let's be patient. Perfect example. Let's wait for that confirmation, and let's do something that a majority of people don't do, right? And that's having structure with our trading. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. Continue working hard, continue following dreams, let your passion be a drive to your success. Hope you guys have an amazing start to your Monday. Again, make someone smile today, make someone happy, and hopefully that will translate on over to the way you feel today. Appreciate you guys' time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy.